Good evening and welcome to the DTCC round one of season 7. Good evening, Mika. Can you hear me okay? Everything all right? Let me mute that. All right, here we go. So this is the first round for a eagerly awaited season 7. It's been 18 months, partly whilst we've been waiting for the game to stabilise. But here we are. So round one of the new season. I'll run through the format a little bit. It's very similar to previous seasons, but there's been a few changes. So it's 8 rounds this season rather than the usual 10. Still predominantly based with Group 4s and Group 3s. We haven't got a rally round this time. We've got radicals instead at Goodwood, and then we've our one endurance round rather than 2, and this season will be the Super Formulas at Suzuka. As I say, majority is based on the Group 4s and Group 3s. I think we've got 15 drivers signed up now for this season, so it'll ebb and flow a bit with holidays. So, for instance, I think it was 3 drivers missing from this week's race. But yeah, we've got a good field as well. So, tonight's race is a Group 3 and a Group 4 race. So, there'll be a 15-minute Group 4 race and then a just over 30-minute Group 3. It's 30 minutes plus 1 lap. With similar rules to last time, but I'll quickly go over them. So, the Group 4 race, the drivers have the choice between softs and mediums. They must qualify on one compound and then use the other in the race. No tyre changes are allowed, so it's the choice of the driver to decide do they qualify on the faster soft but then have to race on the slower medium, or vice versa. Then in the feature, and then the change for this season was one-shot qualifying. So rather than the usual 10-minute qualifying session where the drivers can do multiple laps and their fastest sets their time for the grid, this time we've had one-shot qualifying, which means the drivers get an outlap, a fast lap, and that is it. And that changes things a bit. And as we do the grid walk, you will see that it changed the grid order a little bit. And then similar to what we had last season, the top 5 drivers in qualifying go to the back of the grid. They score points, so we'll go through that as the race goes through. They score points in fastest gets 6 points down to 2 points for 5th, but then they go to the back of the grid in reverse order. So effectively, 6th fastest in qualifying is on pole for the race. So that's the Group 4. We'll get to the Group 3s, but they have a tyre allocation pool that they must take their tyres out from. But we'll cover that when we get to the Group 3s. So let's have a look then at the Group 4 cars and grid. So I'll do my best Martin Brundle track walk, or grid walk, sorry. Hopefully won't bump into any obnoxious celebrities. Right, so on pole, so 6th fastest in qualifying was one of our new guys. This is Wayne. We've got a number of new drivers this season as well, which is great. So we've got a really good, strong field. So Wayne in his Jaguar, he put it on pole. We've also got team championship as well as drivers, so we'll go through that. So second on the grid is Carly for CMS Racing, the same team as last year or last season with Matt. So she's in her usual Cayman. He's second. Then we've got another newbie. This is Sam in his very striking Mulra Scooby. He was third on the grid. 4th is Dan in one of his classic rum and coke liveries in the Merc with a Kraken. And 5th was Alex. Alex gets lots of points deducted because he didn't bother with a livery and he's not even got a number on his gut. But he's in the Toyota this season, so he's 5th on the grid. And then we come to the first of the reverse grids. So Matt in his Chevy, he is 6th on the grid. He was 5th fastest. as I say, that he made a bit of a couple of errors on his one fast lap and ended up 5th. So that's what the one shot does for you, a little bit of pressure. So he's in his Corvette. He's 6th on the grid. Also racing for CMS Racing. And 7th is another newcomer doing a good job. This is Alex and his Lambo. Might be fine there. And will be 8th on the grid is Mike in his McLaren. Very splendid there. 9th on the grid, another newcomer to the DTCC. I don't think he's raced before. This is Sam Wolfbane in his Honda NSX. And then, predictably on pole, as he usually is Chris, the defending 6-time champion. And this being season 7, that tells you everything you know about Chris in his Mustang. So that is the grid. We've got 10 drivers tonight. That is what the Group 4s will look like. We come out of that. We will get going. Let's get on pole. So, say 15-minute race. Say hi in the chat if you're watching. Keep me company on a Sunday night. And we will be ready to rumble. Let's make sure everything's as it should be. Actually, we'll have a quick run through the tyres, shall we? Because we love a tyre chat. So, Wayne on pole. He's on softs. It's gone back to the grid. So, Mika in 2nd in the Cayman. She's on softs as well. Sam is on medium, so he qualified on softs, but chose to race the mediums for the race. Dan's on softs. Alex is on mediums. Matt's on softs. Alex is on softs. Mike's on softs. Wolfbane's on softs. And Chris is on mediums. So a bit of a mix, surprisingly. Sardinia's quite an easy track on tyres. This is Sardinia Road Track A, which is, almost like it says, hi Matthew, hi evening all. How do you make it, Mum and Dad? This track's quite easy on tyres normally, so interesting that some have chosen to go on the mediums. But we are ready to go. Is everyone excited for round 7? Round 1 of season 7? Because we're going to hit the go button. It's a standing start. False starts are enabled, so the driver's got to wait for the lights to go off. And here we go. So, waiting for all lights to go off, and Sammy in 3rd makes a bit of a jump start. So he's going to, I think, be penalised. Yes, he is. He gets a really slow start, as we can see, but the Cayman takes the lead. So Carly gets a superb start in the Cayman. That Cayman is brilliant off the line, and they look all resplendent. So as we come into the first corner, it looks like Matt's taking a move down the inside of the way. It looks like he's done it. So Matt's up to 2nd already. He's alongside Dan, and then we've got Wayne's dropped down to 4th. Chris is already up to 5th through the back. That's worthy of a watch. Should we watch Chris off the line? That's a crazy start. So this is on board with Chris. We're already getting past, what's that, the Wolfbane's Honda. We come down into the first corner. There he goes, straight down the middle of 2 cars. Up to 6th he goes, and he gets a nice run and takes snooze on the way out. So look at that. Chris is already up to 5th. So we go back to the front of the field as we go. So Carly's got a lovely start in the Cayman, out clear. It looks like Matt is now going down the inside of Dan. So Matt's up to 2nd. Dan's down to 3rd. He's got Wayne alongside him as they come out. Oh, Wayne's got a little bit wide, but managed to get away with it. So Chris is already up to 4th now. He's absolutely flying. Looks like he's going to take a move down the inside of Dan into the long left hand. He makes that stick. Let's have a look. So Alex is up to 2nd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 9th, 10th. Oh no. He's lost it, and Wayne's gone as well. Let's see what happened there. Alex goes a little bit wide there, but that's a completely rubbish camera view. Alright, let's try and find a better view of that. Alright, let's go on board with Wayne and see what happens there. So Alex is in front of us. It looks like what's going on there? I think there might be a bit of contact between Wolfbane and Alex, but I think Alex, I don't know what happened there. Lots of carnage. The usual carnage of the DTCC is starting on that one. So let's have a quick catch up. Carly is leading from Matt in 2nd. Chris is up to 3rd. Dan's down to 4th for doing a good job. It looks like then, who's that? Wolfbane having a battle with Mike. Wolfbane gets a little bit squirrely as he comes out. Looks like Mike's not quite got him back. Let's go on board with Mike. Let's try and get the right camera. Here we go. So we're going up the hill. We've got Lambo right next to us. Oh, they both hit the wall, and then the Lambo goes through, and Alex is up to fifth. It looks like he's clean got through. Yes, he has. It looks like, oh, Sam and Wolfbane having a bit of a coming together as well. So it's all kicking off. And then we've got Wayne in 9th and Alex in 10th. So back to the front, we've got Carly going across the line. We've got Matt and Little's GP having a battle as we go into turn 1. They're alongside each other. What can the Mustang do? I don't think he's quite got the ground the Chevy have. It looks like Matt is holding the inside as we go into the first corner. Yeah, let's go from... We can see from the back of Matt's car, looks like they're going to get alongside each other. They go through this. Oh, a little bit of grass there from Chris. I think Matt's gave a little bit of a squeeze. Alongside each other, they come into the chicane. What can Matt do on the outside? He's on the soft, where I think Chris is on the medium. So yeah, those extra grip from the soft just making allowing Matt to hang on there. But a cracking little battle going on there. That's allowed the Porsche to escape. The guy's done a great job for CMS Racing up front. So we got Chris right on the tail of the Chevy. Let's have a quick run through. Dan's in 4th, Alex is catching up in 5th, Mike's in 6th. We've got a battle here between Wolfbane and Sam. Let's have a look, watch as we go up through the Kinks. It looks like, yeah, that Honda's quick on the straight, he's driven straight past. I don't think Sam could do much about that. He's on mediums as well, although Wolfbane's just stumped the wall, which won't help. Right, and then we've got Wayne trying to recover in 9th, Snooze in 10th. So let's have a look what's going on. So it looks like Carly's now got a teammate catching up. Matt's managed to shake off the attentions of Chris just for a minute. Oh, I look like Dan going a little bit wide there. And Alex is up, so Alex is up to 4th. Meanwhile, we got top 3 covered by probably less than a second. Chris is now right on the tail of the Chevy, who's right on the tail of the Porsche. They come through the kink onto the back straight, onto the main straight. Carly trying to shake the toe with Matt right behind. What can Matt do? That Chevy's got some power. You see the Mustang's been dropped. Is Matt going to make a move into turn 1? Carly defends the inside though. No team orders there. First round of the season. Why should there be? It looks like Matt's got a decent run now. Right on the back of the Porsche. We go on the roof cam of the Porsche. Is Matt going to make a move as we go into the chicane? No, he doesn't. Oh, look how close they get. Chris is loitering. He looks like he's going to make a move down the inside of Matt. He's trying to get down the inside. Look at him. Whoa. Little side swipe from Chris there. Decided he wasn't going to make that easy. So as we go into the left-hander, looks like Chris is trying to make a move down the outside, and he's gone a little bit wide. I think he's braked, trying to miss Carly, and he's gone off, he's spun, and Alex has gone off for trying to avoid him. Chris is down to 5th, 4th, and now Mike's got him in the McLaren. So a little mistake there from Chris trying to avoid the Porsche, and he's down to 5th. He's got all that hard work to do again. Dan's doing a good job in 6th, right behind Chris, and then we've got Wolfbane trying to recover in 7th. Wayne is now up to 8th. He's got past Skipster, got past Sam, and we got Snooze at the back. See what we can do from there. Right, so Matt is now, Matt is in the lead. How did that happen? Let's see what happened there. Right, we're watching the excitement of Chris, and it looks like Matt just got a nice move down the inside. Carly didn't fight her teammate. And the way the Chevy goes. Right, so all that carnage, what's going on here? So it looks like Sam is attacking Dan. In the meantime, DTC rookie Alex is now up to 3rd in the podium, doing a great job, great start towards the back of the grid. He's now in 3rd. Looks like saying foot down, Matt. Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. So Alex is up to 3rd. Then we've got Mike in 4th, and he's got a recovering Chris. Mike's on softs, Chris is on medium, so I'm interested how this plays out. Then Wolfbane is in 6th, trying to recover from that first lap drama, and then Wayne is up to 7th now. So Wayne's done. Should we see how he got past Dan? Let's have a look. Oh, Dan lost it, unfortunately, coming out of the last real corner. So that's how Wayne is up to 7th. Doing a good job in his debut for DTCC. to the front. There we go. So Matt is now away. He's just about to do a 51.3. So we'll try and start pulling away and take advantage. So it's a CMS Racing 1-2 at the moment with Matt and Carly, our teammates again for the second time, defending manufacturers champions. So they're 1-2. So we got a battle now. So what can Chris do against the McLaren? McLaren should have a tyre advantage, but Chris is very quick in that Mustang, as we know, as he put it on pole. He used mediums to softs to do it. He put it on, well, fastest in qualifying, and then got the bonus points for being quickest. So then goes to the back. He's now right on the tail. What can he do? That Mustang is a little bit short on run. That's his only problem. It was very quick, and then one of the updates a few months ago, they decided it was too fast and gave it a nerf. He's right up the back of the McLaren now. And there he goes. Looks like he's going to make a move, but Mike's going to shut the door. There's not much room there. But King Chris has got the Mustang right up our tail. Oh, here he goes. So Chris moves through. Nice move. Mike didn't block that one too hard. Can he come back? Let's have a look as we go up the hill. Through a little right kink and another right kink to an absolutely mega left. Very easy to hit the barrier on the inside, then wash out wide. Mike does a little bit wall of death on the curve. Managed to keep it on the track though, and he's down to 5th. But still having a competitive showing in the McLaren. That McLaren is the good car. Right. Let's see what else is going on. So it looks like Alex is now on the back of the Porsche. We come down the main straight. It looks like Matt is disappearing up the road. So as we go lap 5 now, so we're already almost halfway through the first race. Looks like Alex going to have a go down the inside into the first corner. No, thinks better of it. Oh, touches gravel a little bit as he comes out. Let's have a quick look what else we got. So Chris isn't shaken off the McLaren yet. Let's go to this battle for second. Looks like it's the closest battle. A bit there as they both clip the curb. Lambert's getting very close now to the Porsche. Looks like he's going to make a move around the outside. I think he's done it. Got a good drive. Coming out of the chicane. Is Carly going to fight back? No, she doesn't. Understand. Well, Alex is a little bit wide. Conscious of giving room. And that Lambo is super quick on the straights. I think that's it settled. So can he do anything about Matt? Can he take a win in his debut race, which would be amazing? Right, so Chris is now setting after the Porsche and also the Lambo. What can he do? So he's on medium, so you would expect the race to start to come to him towards the end, where the soft tyres start to wear. On some tracks, it's going to be quite a fine line of keeping your softs alive for a whole race or having to start on mediums. To see how that shakes out. This track, I think, is the soft won't get in too much trouble. So he's trying to line up the Porsche now. He's really close. So we go on board with the Mustang. He's getting a really good tow. There won't be anywhere to go through there though. It's a flower keep. He's trying. He's doing it. Carly's giving him room. It looks like there's going to be a straight race down to the first corner, but he can't quite do it. As I say, the Mustang's not the greatest car on the straight. He's now right behind as we go into the turn 1 over the brow. Is he going to make a move down? He does. Nicely done. Into the first corner. Carly obviously probably thought that was just going to waste time fighting. Still right on the tail of the Mustang as we come into the left and right. Oh, I haven't looked down the inside. Thought about it. Chris brakes a little bit later and away he goes, but this is a nice start for the Porsche driver. So what else we got? So here comes Mike, pushed gently in the Macca. He's next to try and have a go at the Porsche. The Porsche, so the teams are decided by rankings. So first ranked driver pairs with last ranked driver, second with penultimate, etc, etc. So Carly's doing a good job, given that she's effectively ranked second from last. So 5th is good so far. It looks like though Mike goes down the inside. And sensible driving by the pair of them. So Mike is now up to 4th. Will the Porsche have a fight back though as we go up the hill? The traction of the Porsche is good. And it looks like Ali's going to try and fight this one back as they come into the kink, and then the left hand at the top of the hill. It's tricky, but it looks like Mike goes through, and then Mika really hanging the tail out of the Porsche, but managed to hang on to it. So she's now got Wolfbane, Sam behind. Let's have a look what else has been going on. So here's Wayne in his Jag, and my laptop is saying the battery is low, so I better plug that in at some point. Otherwise I'll lose that and won't see the commentary. Right, so Wayne is in 7th in the Jag. Snooze has now made it up to 8th, so he's done a good job there. He's gone from 10th to 8th after his first lap drama. And Sam is in the Scooby, is in 9th, and then Dan is rotating again in 10th, so we won't linger on him too much. Right, there's Matt, he's leading. Alex is in 2nd. Looks like he's got a bit of a gap now. Matt's got probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 seconds on the Lambo. Tyres looking good. He's just on the purple, so he's on the fastest. He's got the fastest lap of a 49.6. And then we've got Alex in 2nd. He is just done a 50.1, so but he's also done a 49.6. The top two are very close in times. Chris has done a 50.1 on his mediums, but I think those mediums will start to wake up. So let's have a look. Yeah, so he's doing very similar times to Lambo. And then we've got battle here. It looks like Wolfbane Echo has got past the Porsche, but I think the Porsche is going to try and make a move. And so Wolfbane is defending the inside. So we go into this tight left-hand hairpin. What can the Porsche do? And the McLaren's not that far ahead either. So 4th, 5th and 6th are all very close together. Mika's tyres are starting to go a little bit, but they're no worse than the NSX in front. They go up the top of the hill. Oh, Mika's gone wide again, and that's going to lose us some time now. So I think it's going to be 4th versus 5th at the moment. Let's have a look. So let's see as they cross the line. It looks like Chris is definitely catching that Lambo in front. Let's have a look at the lap times. So Alex does a 50.7, Chris does a 50.0, so Chris does his fastest lap of the race, and he's 0.7 a second quicker, so Chris is definitely coming back. I don't think Alex's tyres are going to cause him too much problems. We're on the penultimate lap now. Matt's still well away, still doing the 49s. So what can AJ defend against Chris? Let's see what else we've got going. Then we've got Mike being caught by Wolfbane as well, so we've got battle for 2nd and the battle for 4th. Kylie's on her own now a little bit, and so is Wayne, but doing a good job in the Jag. And we got battle here, so Sam's got past Alex. I wonder how long ago that was. Ages ago. Alright, let's ignore that. But yeah, so Sam's doing a good job on Alex. He's come back to get back to 8th. So let's go back to about the 2nd shaping up, but not that close. And we've got a battle here as well, which has still got a little bit to go. So unfortunately you can't get the keyboard to work on this. So let's have a quick look at the battle for 8th. It looks like Sam's shaking off Alex a little bit. Sam's on the medium, so Alex has got really wide, hanging out. He's also a medium, so looking pretty good. I think that Toyota, you look at the difference in tyre wear between the Scooby and the Toyota, so I think once Alex gets used to the Toyota, that car's going to be pretty useful. And there's Dan doing actually a pretty good job on his tyres. This is a 53.9, so he's getting the pace. Matt's in the 49s, and it looks like Chris is now starting to close quite quickly on the Lambo. Let's go, and we've got a battle for 4th as well. Oh, Wolfbane's gone wide, that's not going to help him. So he didn't lose too much time, but is he going to get it stopped for the hairpin? Because Sartorius' hairpin. Yeah, because he's going wide, he's got Dale on the tyres. That's going to give Mike a nice run behind him. Let's see what he can do. It always sounds a bit weird when we go in. It sounds like he's mis-shifting, but right, okay, so here we go. This is the view back from Mike's car. So Mike going a bit wide, not Wolfbane. It looks like Wolfbane's going to try and make a move as we go down the main straight. They're side by side. We go into turn 1. Who's going to brake latest? Looks like Wolfbane's got it. Sam's got into the first corner. Mike's going to try and do a switch, I think, as he goes round. A nice move there by the Honda driver. Let's have a quick look up front. So no, it's still a bit of a gap. Looks like Mike hasn't quite got that, so let's go back to the battle here for fourth. Make sure we don't miss Matt. I don't think there's any other battles going on, so this is the battle probably. So into the very tricky chicane we go. Wolfbane's got it at the moment, but Mike's not giving up. Let's have a quick look what's going on. So it looks like also we've got a battle for second here. Chris is all over the back of the Lambo. So I don't know, right, let's watch a bit of battle for second. Chris is right behind the Lambo as we come up the hill. We say the Lambo's got super pace down the straights. I don't think he's close enough yet. He's close, but so alright, a bit of a gap now between fourth and fifth. So let's watch Chris. Can he do anything about the Lambo as we come up to the line? Matt is going to be approaching the last corner pretty much. Chris, Alex keeps it nice and tidy through there. So there's one more corner to go effectively. Mika saying decent start but couldn't make it last, so still good drive. So here comes Matt into the last kink. Nice drive, got clear of the carnage. I think his poor qualifying actually ironically helped him. So first win for Matt for a while in DTCC, takes the win in the Corvette. Looks like Alex is going to hang on in the second. It's a great debut for Alex, his second in the Lambo. Chris gets third, good recovery for him after the little drama. And it looks like Wolfbane is going to get fourth, he does so, nice drive for the NSX. Then Mike gets fifth. Carly is going to come across the line in sixth. A nice result on the end for CMS Racing. And here comes Wayne, seventh on his debut. And here's Jack, very nice. And up across the into the last kink comes Sam. His mediums are looking pretty shoddy, but I think he's going to keep that. Away he goes. So nice start, literally last minute start for Sam with also with a baby in tow. So Alex is ninth. And then here comes Dan across the line. I'm just getting used to that Merc. And we'll make sure we stop at the feed now. Oh, look at that. Right, so there we have it. That was a frenetic and a great first race of season 7. And my laptop has died, so I'm going to have to go get to plug that in. Right, so Matt takes the victory in the Chevy, followed by a great drive from Alex. He was second, his Lambo. Then Chris, fighting drive, got fastest lap in the end as well, so he stole that from Matt right at the end, 49.365. So he gets the bonus point for that. Then Wolfbane got a good fourth in his debut of the series. Mike in fifth. Mike's been in all 6 seasons. This is his 7th. Then Carly finishes 6th. Wayne, in his debut, finishes 7th. Sam finishes 8th. Alex finishes 9th. And then Dan finishes 10th. So that is the result for the Group 4s. And then the Group 3 is a reverse grid for the starting of the finishing order of the Group 4s. So Dan will be on pole. So let's boot that up now. And I will quickly go on pause and go get a power lead. Right, hopefully that works. That's looking promising. Right, we're back. Can you still hear me? Take a thumbs up if you can in the chat. Let's get the group 3 loaded. Alright, here we go. Let's pause this. Alright. Here's the audio playing. Can anyone still hear me? Good stuff. Right, so this is the group 3. Slightly longer than previous season, so it's 30 minutes plus 1 lap. As we said, Dan is on pole. Rolling start for this, as per usual. Right, the subtlety is this season there is a tyre pool as there was for last season. It's not in zones this time. It's not in different drivers have different tyre allocation. Every driver has the same allocation of tyres, and this season they have 8 softs, 5 mediums, and 1 hard. So pay attention, because I will be quizzing you all on this. So they have to split them over the 6 Group 3 races. So they've got 14 sets of tyres. The 5 mediums and the 1 hard are mandatory, so they must be used at some stage during the races. You cannot obviously reuse tyres. In terms of if you use 2 sets of softs, that's 2 sets of softs gone. Now, if the driver wins the overall night, so the combined points from qualifying, Group 4 racing and Group 3, they will have 2 of their soft tyres converted to 2 mediums. So we're trying to do a bit of sort of tyre ballast this season. If you finish 2nd or 3rd for the night, you lose 1 soft to a set of mediums. So I'll explain that again later in the race. But effectively it means the more times you win, the less softs you get to use over the whole season. As I said, you must use 5 mediums and 1 hard over the season. So let's have a quick look at tyres. It's quite a low deck track, Sardinia, but we'll have a look at the tyres. So Dan is starting on mediums. Alex is starting on mediums. Sam is starting on mediums. Wayne is on softs. Carly is on mediums. Mike is on softs. Wolfbane is on mediums. Chris is on mediums. Alex is on mediums. And Matt is on mediums. So it looks like mediums is the tyre of choice, but there are a few softs going on as well. So keep an eye on those tyres, and say drivers are going to be running different strategies depending on where they think they can best deploy their tyres. So it's going to be interesting how it all shakes out over the 6 rounds. Right, so here we go. On Sunday night, here comes the Group 3, 2nd race of the night. Dan will lead us away in a rolling start. Let's see how this one shakes out. So just waiting for the countdown to go, and then there we'll go. So Dan will take us away into the first corner as we go down the straight. Snooze is in 2nd place, Sam's in 3rd. It looks like Wayne's already looking closely at the back of the Subaru. Is he going to make a move? He doesn't quite do it. No, I don't think so, but he breaks a bit early. It looks like, there's a bit of a concertina effect there. So who was that? That was Mike getting a bit caught up. And then Matt, so look at Little's GP. He's already again up to 4th in that 4GT. He's flown up the field. So Echo, Sam is in 5th. Sam's down to 6th. Oh no, we've got Spinner. Who's that? Snooze has gone again. Oh, same corner. We've got Mike going around as well. So a bit of carnage there. Let's try and watch a bit what happened there. So let's watch from Alex. Alex was leading nicely. It took on, but he goes a little bit wide, gets it on the gravel, then goes wide. Dan gives him a little bit of a shove. And what happens with Mike? Where's Mike gone? Oh, down to last. So he was 8th as we come into the tricky chicane. Matt had gone past him in the 7th. There we see Alex go. What's going to happen with Mike? Round we go. I think that might just have been... Oh, that's really bad. Let's try and watch that again. That's a really bad view. Right, in car with Mike. Let's see what's going on here. Why is that stopped? So as we go round, it looks like, oh, I think he might have just got caught up with Dan. Not a lot he could do there. On the slow lane chaos, yes he was. So Mike's now got a fight his way from the back, and it looks like, who is that? That's someone waiting nicely. So that's Mika. That's great to see. Mika obviously thought she was involved in that and is waiting for Mike. So up at the front, so Little's GP is at the front. What has happened there? Let's go back. So, whilst we're watching that carnage, so this is where it all shook out. So Little's GP was already up to 4th. Okay, yeah, he just passed beautifully for him. And then Wayne makes his way up into 2nd. So look at that, and he's now got Wolfbane right behind him. Is Sam going to make a move into the long left? No, he doesn't. Sam goes a bit wide, so Matt is now up to 4th. Sam's down to 5th. Then we've got Alex is up to 6th. Dan is now down to 7th. He's got Snooze. It looks like he's about to make a move as they go up the hill. I think he is. Mika saying, thought I made it worse, I waited. Yeah, that's great to see, Mika. Right, so up front we've got Wayne and let's have a look. So it looks like Wolfbane is making a move on the back of that Jaguar, pushing him from behind. All he can, with all his minds, we go into the left hand at the top of the hill. Is he can make a move? No, he doesn't look quite. It looks like Wayne goes a little bit wide. So the Honda gets a run. They go side by side up the hill. Oh, we got a bit of scrap going on as well. So Alex giving Sam a little bit of a nudge there into the hairpin. There's lots of hairpins in this track. So, oh, look at that, drifting it through that left-hander is the Honda. It looks like Wayne's got a decent run on him. Is he going to make a move down the inside? He does. Pushes him a little bit wide, and Matt's thinking, this is great, look at this. And then we got 3 cars now coming into the kink. We got Wayne, Sam and Matt. It looks like they're going to try and make it 3 abreast. They go through the king, and the Matt's tucked up right behind him. Starts to lift a little bit so he doesn't take the Jag out. He's now right behind the Jag. As we go down into the first corner, is Matt going to make a move down the inside? That'd be crazy to go down the middle of it. But it looks like Wayne's got a little bit deep into the corner. He goes straight on, and then Wolfbane gives Matt a tap. So we've got 2 cars in the gravel. Looks like Wolfbane just, I think Matt came across him a little bit, but Wolfbane's doing the right thing. He's letting the Corvette back through, so some great racing. Alex is looking at this going, wow, these 3 are just having such a scrap. I'm now going to try and get through. He's having a battle with Sam. It looks like Sam's coming back at him. So we've got battles all the way down the field. Look at this. And Alex has managed to catch up as well. So Wayne's dropped down to 7th for his little gravelly moment. But if we go back to this top, well, the 2nd, 3rd and 4th, it's crazy racing. So now it looks like Alex is trying to make a move on the Scooby. Can he get down the inside? I think he's going to get that. Lambo's pretty strong. Looks like Matt is defending up ahead against Wolfbane as well. So this is all kicking off. Look at that, you can look at it up in front. So these 2 are side by side. It looks like Wolfbane's trying to go around the other side of Matt. He does. Look at this, and he's battling behind as well. We've got the recovering McLaren passing the Jag as well. So let's go watch what happened here. That's a great move by Wolfbane as we come up the hill. Wolfbane looking all over the back of the Corvette as they go 3 wide behind. So Wolfbane goes round the outside of the Corvette. Very nicely done. Then gives a little wiggle just to stay high on the way back, way out. So look as we go up the hill. We've got 5 cars all close together. And then we've got the McLaren defending against the Jag. As Wayne goes up the hill, can he make another move back on the McLaren? I'm going to run out of voice. We're on lap 2. So one's settled down a bit. It looks like Matt is now going to have another go at the Honda. Tucks back in and gets into the toe of the Honda in front of him. Is he going to get a toe as we come through? You can see, probably can't see where he's going. Look from the back of the Honda. We got the Corvette right behind us. Is Matt going to make a move? He makes a switch. Is he going to make it around the outside? That'd be brave going around there, but he's on the outside as we go into the first corner. Swooping round, oh, side by side he tried, but not quite. And it looks like Alex is going to take advantage of that. Look at that. So Matt had a go at Wolfbane. had a went wide though coming out, didn't quite make it stick, and then Alex up from, what would that be, 9th on the grid, is now up to 3rd. Let's have a look at the tyres. So they're all the mediums as well, so this is an amazing battle up front. And then that's allowing Chris, who's already about 4 laps ahead of everyone. He's just disappeared. Look at that. A, that he's very quick. B, his car is super quick in the straight, and there's like almighty scrap going on behind him, so he's just disappeared for the afternoon. But look at this battle here for 3rd. Let's see if we got a battle now. So Skipper's doing a great job in the Scooby. He's now ahead of McLaren. Carly's down to 7th. Let's have a look. See, Alex Mike's going to make a move. Can he make that stick as they go into the... Oh, whoops. Oh, he does, but he gets a little bit sideways, but then closes the door coming out. So nice move as he go up the hill and then back up to his battle for 2nd. Looks like the Honda's got a little bit of a gap now. Looks like Alex has got a little bit of PD shuffle. But he's now sitting right behind Matt in the Corvette. What can he do as they come onto the main straight at the end of lap 3? Let's just see if there's anything else going on. A tight battle. There's Carly in 7th in the... Newman. Isn't that Newman? That is Newman. I should know that because I've done that livery myself. So classic mid-80s Group C livery there. Looks great. And Wayne in the Jag. In his purple Jag. That's very nice. And Snooze in his default Toyota. At least he's got a number this time, although I'm not sure it's right. And then Dan is in 10th. So there's our leader. What's going on here? So Matt is back in front. What's happened there? So Matt... looks like he got the run on the Honda. I think this time he made it stick. Let's watch as they come down the straight. He's quite a long way behind here. Let's see what happens. So Wolfbane leads us across the line. He's going to defend the inside. He does. Let's see, go a little bit wide. Yes, he does. Oh, just outbraked himself and Matt. And both Matt and Alex say thank you very much. So in one fell swoop, which shows how close it is at the moment. Slight mistake from the Honda driver and he has lost 2 places, so Matt is now up to 2nd in his Corvette. Alex doing a fine job in the Lambo, the super rapid car, is up to 3rd. And look at that, Mike, who was last, pretty much, he was last, is now up to 5th, right on the tail of the battle for 2nd here. So Mike has brought himself on his softs. He's a bit of a tyre whisperer, is Mike. He's brought himself right back into play. So we got the Lambo right up behind the back of the Corvette. Matt defenders, we go into the tyre left down the top of the hill. Looks like Alex is going to try and go around the outside. It makes it just about into 2nd for a split second, but Matt's got the inside. So Matt holds on to 2nd place. They go up the hill. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. All within probably a second of each other, and probably closer than that. I think this is probably the closest skirmish. Yes, the little wiggles all come out, so you can see all these rear-wheel drive cars are really squabbling under power. Mika saying that I was last off the way to the whole race with a comeback. Wolfbane saying Honda not to be too speedy in the line. And Wolfbane also saying the pad was not fun through the last sector she got. I'm not surprised. I don't know how you do it on the pad actually. I've got zero idea. Just about make it stay straight with a wheel and a pad. So let's have a look, shall we? Let's see what's going on. So Chris has checked out. He's gone for the day. So he's done a 41.281 on his mediums. Matt's done a 42.9. So you can see there, Chris is 2nd and a half quicker than Matt. Although these 4 are battling. Matt's in 2nd. Alex is not letting him out of his sight, and then we've got Wolfbane. He's got the McLaren. Wolfbane saying very carefully. Yeah, I don't know how you do it. I really don't. How you can get that pace out of a pad? It's remarkable. Right. So, what can the Honda and the McLaren drivers do? Can they catch the 2 in front of them? So Mike has got this tyre advantage, so that everyone in front of him is on softs. What can he do? We're in lap 5. A 20-lap race. His softs are looking pretty good, so I don't think he's going to run into any tyre problems. Mika's saying very carefully as well. So Mika and Wolfbane at the very least are on pads. So Sam has managed to I'll say he's managed to shake off. No, Carly's coming back at Sam. Look at this. So Sam just did his fastest with a 45.8. Mika did a 43.1. So Mika's 2 seconds that fast. It looks like it's gone past. So Mika gets that position. Well, Sam's both on the mediums as well, but it looks like Sam's obviously been off. He's got a bit of damage. What can he do in the Marlboro sponsored Scooby? I do like that car, looks great. And then we've got a battle here for 8th place going on between Alex and Wayne. Let's just see if anything else is going on. So Chris has disappeared. So we've still got 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, all in the line. Alex looks like he's going to make. Matt was a little bit slow coming out of the first corner. Looks like Alex is trying to make a move down the inside. So go into the long left hand. Oh, a bit of rubbing his racing as we go through there. A little bit of a nudge from Matt is threatening to be tangoed. And then behind us we've got the McLaren and the Honda really close as well. So I guess 2nd, 3rd, 4th, they're all alongside each other. They go into the left-hander. They're very tight, but Alex has to go wide. Matt's not letting him have a sniff of a line through there. So it's a phenomenal racing going on here. And then we go back as well, so a little bit of a gap there. So Alex is up right on the back of the Corvette. As we come up the hill, is Matt going to feel the need to protect the inside? No, he doesn't. Is Alex going to make a move? Oh, he gives the man a little nudge. Just to let him know he's still there. All the time though, this is slowing the 2nd, 3rd down. This is allowing Wolfbane to stay well within shouting distance to those guys. And it's easy to go off of this track. See this corner there, and there's the McLaren. Oh no! Just about held on to it, Mike. But he's got rear end damage now. So how easy is it to go off there? So Carly now in 6th place. Managed to pull a little bit of a gap to Sam. He's now managed to lose his damage. And Snooze and Wayne having a cracking scrap. Only a second or so between those two. Both having a few dramas. Oh, Wayne, don't go off there. You don't want to hit that wall. That'll stop you dead. Then Dan doing a good job. He's still going. Drifting his Merc. So, we haven't seen Chris much. Because he's just disappeared. He's Le Mans Spec Ford GT. This is the previous generation, the 2005 I think generation. Looking very nice, racing green. Just on the fastest lap of the race, a 40.985. Whilst these lot are scrapping away and slowing themselves all down. So Matt is still in 2nd. Alex is still in 3rd. Wolfbane's still in 4th. So let's have a look at fuel, shall we? So so Chris is about just over a 3rd left. He's on the PB again. Matt is just under half. Alex is not far off under half as well. So 2nd and 3rd are pretty similar. Wolfbane is going through his. Wolfbane saying that GT is disgustingly fast around here and hands him a brilliant driver too. A combination destined to win, we think. Well, we'll see. But yeah, I think it's never in doubt, I think, around here. So, Wolfbane has got the least amount of fuel. Now, I assume he should be able to get that to half distance. And Mike is also doing well on fuel as well. So, I think it's 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th is still very much up for grabs. Mika's doing okay on fuel, about just over a 3rd left. A little bit more than the Scooby. How are these two doing? So Snooze has got, a little bit more than 3rd. Oh no, Wayne's lost it. I was trying to say he's hanging on nicely with lots of fuel. Just done his fastest as well, but just got a little bit squirrely, as we like to say, coming out of the last real corner. But he's doing well. He's still got, just under half a tank of fuel left. Dan also doing well. So Mama's like saying, is this a real track? No, it's not. This is one of the fictitious ones, but it's a cracker, I think. I love this track. Right, so Matt still hasn't shaken off that Lamborghini. They're pretty similar on fuel. If we have a look at the tyres, Matt's tyres are a little bit better, but they're pretty similar on tyres as well. So let's have a look at that Lambo as we come up the hill from the roof cam of the Corvette. Sounds amazing. Is Alex going to take a move as we come up? No, he decides better of it. Into the left hand they go, smoothly on the power. So These two are having an absolute mega scrap. Alex is not letting Matt have a moment's peace. This uphill left-hander, one of the best corners in the game, I think, but also one of the easiest to go off. Look how close these two are. Cracking battle here. Can Alex have a go as we come down the main straight? Here's the kink. Alex using virtual reality. He's got a VR headset. He's done his fastest lap of the race at 41.977. Looks like Corvette's got some beef down the straights though. He's not catching the Corvette too much. They go into the first corner. Clipping the curve. Whoa, the back end of that Lambo getting very wiggly. So he's in third. Wolfbane doing a great job in fourth, but just under a quarter of a tank of fuel to go, so he'll be in soon. Mike's just done, so he's lapping in the high 42s, 42.8. How's that compare? Matt's done a low 42. Alex has done a low 42. So those guys are now finally getting vaguely close to Chris's pace, but they're still a second behind. But Chris is running through his fuel though, so that Ford is quick. Let's see where Chris is shifting. So it's shifting about 3/4. The Ford is quick, but it's also pretty hard on its fuel. So let's see how far he can go in the race. Matt's fuel's looking quite tidy, just over a quarter. Pretty similar, he's got a little bit more on board than the Lambo behind him. Let's see how that plays out in the pits. So whilst the pit stops aren't super long around here, they're long enough that a bit of fuel saving will pay dividends in the fuel stops. So Echo, he's got a little bit left. He probably may only get 2 laps out of that, whereas Mike's got quarter of a tank. Carly's now on her own, I think. So it's, I hate the way that camera does that. Super motion sickness inducing. Samo doing a good job. Debut in the series, as I said. Snooze is 8th. He looks like he's managed to shake off a bit. Wayne in the Jag. Snooze is a 45.7. Although Wayne did a 45.1, so Wayne has definitely got the pace to come back. He's on softs at the moment, where Snooze is on mediums. But his fuel is looking pretty toasty. He's got a quarter of a tank. A very pretty purple Jag. Let's sit on the. Let's just watch that car for a minute. He's got a bit of a classic silk cut. Oh no! Every time we look away, he loses the back end. Sorry, Wayne. That's post race commentator's curse there. The car looks pretty. Bit of a silk cut Jag type livery on that, and then Dan drifting the Merc, the Kraken Rum Coke Merc as he goes into the first corner. Let's hopefully stay on Dan, and bit of a PD shuffle, but looking good. Right, so Chris is in. Right, Chris is our first of the stoppers. Where's Matt? Matt is still in second, so Chris is going to be in. He's got not much fuel left. His tyres looking pretty good. In fact, his tyres actually look better than the Corvette. What's the two behind going to do? So I wouldn't have thought they'll start. Matt's got, well, over an eighth, probably a couple of laps of fuel left. So Echo's in as well. So Sam is also in. Sam is also Wolfbane. So I will continue to call people by their real names and their PSN names and their names in the game, which are all different. Right, so Chris in the number 5 and 55 Ford. We'll forgive him that. I think his real number's 55, it says there. So he's away. What has he gone to? He's gone to medium. So Chris is double stinting, well, he's double using mediums tonight. So that's 2 of his 5 mediums he's using in the first race. Let's see what Wolfbane does. Well, I like that. That looks nice, that car as well. He was on mediums. In comes the Scooby, also on mediums, and Snooze on mediums. So Wolfbane is out. He's on. Wolfbane's on mediums as well, so decided not quite filling it up, but decided to also double the mediums. Snooze is in, and so is Sam, as we said. Dan is probably going to be heading in now as well. Yep, here he comes. Right, so Matt and Alex are still at it though. Look at these two. Alex has not left that Corvette behind, so they're both, the fuel lights have been in a flash. Matt's still got a little bit more than the Lambo, so I would imagine that Lambo is probably going to be in this lap, whereas Matt is going to do an extra lap, will be my guess. Both tyres, Alex's rear is looking a bit more sketchy than Chevy in front. Let's see what happens here. Yep, here he comes. So Alex is in. Where is Little's GP? He's come out in 5th. And we'll see how long his stop was, but it was at least 35 seconds, so I don't think Alex is going to be able to come out in front of Chris, given Chris probably had a 15-20 second lead, I think, when he stopped. So he's in. Mike is in, deciding to ditch his softs. His fuel is pretty much done, and Carly is in as well, pretty much on 0 fuel. So Wayne potentially could profit out of this. He might get another lap out of that. He's got Sam's come out in 7th. The other Sam is in 8th. He's got quite a big jump on Snooze now. And in comes Wayne as well. So out comes Mike. Mike is another set of softs. So say you get 8 sets of softs, and he's jumped. He jumped Echo, I think he has, but Echo looks like Sam's going to make a move down the inside. He does. So Mike's tyres aren't quite fully up to temperature yet, whereas Wolfbane's are, but Wolfbane's on medium and Mike is on soft. So I would say this is game on for the McLaren, and also the McLaren has got quite a lot less fuel. So Mike obviously thinking that Mike does tend to be a little bit of a tyre and fuel whisperer. So he's obviously thinking, I can get softs quite comfortably at the end and I'm going to put a bit less fuel in. So can Sam hold on to 4th? And we've got Matt, he's leading, but I think he'll be in this lap. In he comes. Throws the Corvette, make sure you don't go across the lines because the pit lane penalties are on. And you will get a 3-second penalty if you go over them. So Matt is in. I think Chris is way gone here. Yeah, it looks like the stop for Chris at least was about, would that be 34, about 36 seconds I think to stop for Chris. So the key thing is, where is Matt going to feed out with Alex? Alex just comes around the last corner now. Matt is fueling. Black and red CMS Racing Chevy. So Matt is out, and Matt has gone on for hards. So Matt has decided to get rid of his hards good and early in the season, which is an interesting ploy. And Alex is on softs, so you can see there. So Matt has probably got a 6-7 second lead. So he's got a decent lead in the pits. By going that extra lap has meant that he doesn't need as much fuel. Well, it's not B. He doesn't need as much fuel to get to the end. So he only needs to put in 8 laps of fuel, whereas the Lambo behind him has to put in 9. So the net result of that is that Matt, and you can see there, his pit stop, his in-lap and pit stop was a 2:21.3, and we compare that against Chris, a 2:25.5. So even though Matt's going slower, he gained 4 seconds on the race leader by shorter fueling. So let's keep an eye on that gap. So he's probably about 6 seconds, but Matt is on the hards, and Alex is on the soft. So Alex should catch that gap in roughly 3 laps, I reckon. So we're looking at his battle for 4th. So despite being on mediums, Wolfbane is doing a great job in hanging on to that 4th. You would expect Mike to be harrying that NSX, given he's on the softer tyres. So let's keep an eye on that. Oh, playing with danger coming out of that corner. Hit that barrier and That's it, that's an engine wrecker. So Carly's still doing a good job in 6th. So Sam is 7th, he's ahead of Alex in 8th. Those guys are in a good battle. Looks like Wayne's down to 9th. Let's see, he's on medium. Yeah, Wayne's had another little skirmish with the barrier. So he's got a bit of car damage, and then Dan in 10th. So let's have a look. Mike is still not quite on the back. So Echo did a 42.8. Mike did a 44. So I think Mike probably had a little bit of a issue that lap. Matt does a 45.8 on his out lap. You can see he's already 9/10 down on those hards. The hards are good tyre. It takes a while to warm up, especially on a track like this. It's got quite a lot of straights. So he did a 45.8, and Alex did his PB at 41.7. And there you can see the difference in the tyres. Matt is at the moment 4 seconds a lap slower. Now that gap, that speed will start to come as the tyres warm up. Let's see what Matt does as we go through the sector. It's 1.3 off his fastest. So the tyres are starting to get a little bit of heat in them. But that Lambo, I think Matt's about to get what's it and tangoed and all sorts of orange. Alex is flying, so second in his first race with DTCC. Can he get second? I think Matt's only hope is that the Lambo, when he gets past him, burns his tyres out. So it looks like, oh look, we got about here, so that was fortunate. As we come back, it looks like McLaren is right behind, he's got the, oh let's watch that again. So it looks like Mike using the tyres, actually Mike actually got a move done. Oh there we go, Wolfbane goes wide. That was where that gap shrunk down to. Mike goes down the inside. Wolfbane's got all sorts of rubbish on his tyre, but gets a really good drive coming out, despite having mediums with are more green than black, for having all the grass on their tyres. Gets a decent run, so Mike's hanging around the outside with more grip, but Wolfbane's right on his tail. I think Mike's got this for a minute. Let's see what our Honda driver can do. So he was looking reasonably comfortable there in 4th. Let's say that left-hander at the top of the hill is very easy to go wide. So we'll keep an eye on this battle, see what he can do. Whilst in the meantime, back in second. Some of those other battles going on. I don't think so. Everything's reasonably spread out, but back in second. So they're on their 15th lap. Just goes to show how quick this race has gone. Look at that pretty scenery. This is obviously supposed to be in, I was going to say Sicily. It's not Sicily. Sardinia. There you go. The island of Sardinia. Fictitious track. It's a stunner. The mountains in the background, but Alex now is getting super close to that Corvette. Matt did a 43.8, so he's slowly getting those tyres warmed up, but Alex on his softs did a 42 dead. Yeah, so I don't think there's going to be much that Matt can do. Alex is getting close to coming into the last corner. Is he going to get a run on the Corvette? He might well do as we come down the straight. Let's go for the back of the Corvette through the kink. It's flat, but I'm probably only adjusting the hard tyres, but he's got a bit of a gap now, so that's good for his sake anyway. We come down the hill into the first corner. Back up, oh, Dan's gone off, but that was, I think, it's just a good piece of being lapped, I think. Get out of the way, the guys fighting. As Alex sizes the Corvette up, we go into the tricky left-right chicane, right on the tail of that. Chevy as they go alongside each other on the straight. If they think that Lambo can do, the Corvette's got a lot of power. Alex is right behind, gives him a little nudge there. I think he's going to get down the inside now, but I think he backed off a little bit. I think he understood that he gave him out a little bit of a nudge there, so that's really good driving. But let's watch from the inside of the Lambo. I think this is Matt's just fighting a losing battle here. Is the Lambo going to dive up the inside as we come into the braking zone? The uphill left-hander. No, he doesn't. Doesn't have to rush. still got another 4 laps after this one. We see through the back. This is what Matt can see through his rear view mirror. All you can see is gold, his orange Wattses, and that Lambert's getting really close now. Look into the in-car cam. Is he going to make a move? Oh, it's close. He's got him. I think he's got him. Yes, he has. Finally. Gives a bit of a wiggle, but finally gets past the Corvette. I don't think there's much Matt can do now to get past that. I think he's just got to hope that the tyres on the Lambo go, but with only 4 laps to go, I think it's unlikely. But he's still in the tow. He hasn't given up. He's getting really close, actually. Can he make a move into turn 1? He's getting a really good run. But I'd be surprised. Oh, rear wing says, you know when you've been tangoed, and I think he has. I think that's it. So Alex, up to second. Could this be a pair of seconds for him for his first race in DTCC? Oh no, I was looking at this. I was just about to... Wolfbane has gone wide. Let's just see what happened. So he was already behind them, or McLaren anyway, but yeah, just went a bit too high into turn 1. So I think that's probably cemented that 4th place for Mike. Mika's not that far behind, but I don't think she's close enough to be able to do too much about Wolfbane. So Sam did a good job, as we say, in the Scooby, the WRX. I do love that livery, it's a cracking livery that is. Then we got Snooze in 8th, Wayne in 9th, Dan in 10th, about to get lapped. He's being lapped by Wolfbane. So, Little's GP up in front. This was a 40.898, so going even quicker. His fuel load comes down, heads across the line into lap 18. Does a 40.6, so going faster and faster. So Chris is going faster in his mediums, and anyone else is going on their softs. So there is Alex. Looks like he's pulling away quite nicely now from the Corvette. His rear right is starting to go a little bit, but it's still looking okay. That will probably last another 3 laps with no drama. Across the line he goes, does his fastest lap of a 41.0, which compares against Chris's 40.6. So on the face of it, that's a competitive lap time, 4 tenths off the fastest, but he's on softs. Although that rear is starting to go a bit. Matt's starting to get a little bit of pace out of his half, so he's just on a 43.0, but he's still 2 seconds a lap slower than Alex. But Matt throwing the dice, deciding to get rid of the hards this early in the season. Which, considering there's a number of very quick drivers missing, so Daz isn't in, Andy's not in, Eduardo's not in, probably figuring that he's actually only losing 1 spot with the hards, whereas if those 3 were in, it might have actually been 4 spots. So, comfortably in 4th, he's got a fair bit of a gap now to Mike, who's probably ruined that first lap spin. He'd definitely be chasing down 2nd and 3rd, but he's in 4th now. Where did he finish? Where did he finish in the first race? I can check by the power of magic. So Mike was 5th in the first race, so it'll be a 5th and a 4th if he can hold this. There is Wolfbane. He had a 4th the first race, so those 2 effectively swapping positions. Carly was 6th in race 1, so 6th in race 2, just on her fastest, and 3 tenths up on this lap as well. So it could be a 42 here for the Porsche driver. Sam still going nicely with Snooze as well. Wayne, what's Wayne doing? Wayne did a 46.4. Snooze obviously had a bit of a drama on that lap, did 51, but he's got a fair gap now to Wayne. And there's Dan, still plugging away, just done his PB, a 44.8, so he's in the 44s now. Right, so Chris into the one of the very tight left-handers. He goes up the hill. Let's go on board with Chris Street. Our 2005 GT. We go up the hill into this left-hander. Little mid-corner shift just to try and get the nose in, get a bit of rotation. Down on the brakes we go for this last corner. Get it turned in nicely, get on the power nicely, and away we go. So, Chris coming across the line now to start his last lap. I don't think there's too many other dramas going on, so we can watch Chris go across the line and do his last lap. Yeah, so Alex is definitely shaking Matt off now. Right, into turn 1 we go. I don't think there's any other battles going on. We'll have a quick check. There's Mike, he's got a fair gap to Wolfbane now, and Wolfbane is continually flirting with the barriers on the exit of the penultimate corner, getting a little drift. Right, so into what I think is called Church Corner, because you can see the church there on the right hand side. But I'm calling it Church Corner. Still pushing, gives the wall a bit of a scrape as he comes out. Up the hill through a series of kinks, which is where the GT is super quick up the hill. Fuel is looking a bit sketchy. Obviously that car can only just about do half distance on its fuel. I think it's fuel saving a bit, so it gets it turned in nicely though. Back on the power as we go up the hill through the kinks for the last time. That was a little bit more than 30 minutes plus a lap. About 35 minutes this one. Here we go into the last corner. Just keep it straight. He's got a huge gap to second. Massive gap. Out we come. So Chris gets a degree of revenge for race 1. Domination this one. Won by about 30 seconds. I think he's going to win this one. Over the line he comes. Takes the Group 3 race. Beautiful drive from Chris. Took the lead on pretty much lap 1 and never looked back. So, crushing victory. Here comes Alex, backing up his second place in race 1 with another fantastic race. Race 2, used the softs, so he's down a set of softs, but nevertheless, a fantastic drive from the Lambo driver. Comes across the line, pair of seconds. So, and on the road, second place for the night from Chris, from Alex, so great second place from him. 29 seconds behind, then Matt comes across third, finishes about 6 seconds behind in the second, but obviously he was on the hard. So here comes Mike, a good fourth, prevailed in his race long battle with Wolfbane. He comes across the line fifth. So those two pretty much scoring the same points on the road, and then Carly comes across the line in sixth. Nice drive from the Porsche. And here comes Sam. Whilst we wait for Sam to finish, so in the liveries, we have an independent adjudicator from VRC, Talleyrand, who reviewed the liveries, and he gave first place to Matt in the Corvette, so he gets a bonus 3 points for his pair of Corvettes, and then second place was Carly with her Porsches, so actually 4 extra points for CMS Racing, which will go down very nicely. Right, here comes Sam. That's a cut to finish, so he gets a great 7th place, and I think he's going to be last because Snooze finished 8th, Wayne finished 9th, and Dan finished 10th. So let's just watch Sam across the line. Boom, there we go. So that was a cracking set of races, wasn't it? Chris, domination in the Group 3s. Well done, Chris. So he takes it from Alex in the Lambo. Very nicely done. 2 second places. Matt finishes third in the Corvette. I'm just going to go to the championship tables. Where is it in Discord? I can't even find it in my own Discord. There we go. Let's bring that up. So third for Matt. Then fourth was Mike in the McLaren. Fifth was Wolfbane in the Honda. Sixth was Mika in her Porsche, and 7th was Sam, 8th was Snooze, 9th was Wayne, and 10th was Dan. So in the championship, so it says, great racing guys, well done, thanks Con Matthew. Not a problem. So in the championship, Chris is leading with 59 points. Second actually now it's Matt with 53, courtesy of getting 3 points for the livery award. Chris got fastest lap in both races, and a third and a first, so he gets 59 points. I'll explain the scoring next time. But Matt is now second, courtesy of his livery win. So he's on 53. Alex was on 51. So Alex actually got second on the night in terms of driving score. And what that means effectively is Chris loses 2 of his softs to mediums. So he's now only got 6 softs to play with, to potentially use, and he's now got an extra couple of mediums, but he used 2 mediums tonight, so he's got 3 more mediums and a hard that he must use. Alex only used 1 medium and a soft, so he's also got 6 softs left, but he's also got 4 mediums. Matt used 1 medium and a hard, so he loses 1 of his softs for finish in third on the road for the overall night score. But obviously has got rid of his hard nice and early, so we'll see how that plays out. So then 4th and 5th equal, as they were pretty much on the track. Mike and Sam both scoring the same with 42 points. Then Carly finishes 6th for the night. She's on 34 points. Sam finishes 7th with 29. Alex and Wayne are both 26 apiece. Then Dan on 21. Then if we look at the teams, as I said, the teams are paired up, first to last, second to last, etc., etc. So actually, and we want some team names, please, people. Alex and Sam looking very strong, actually. Getting seconds and 4th and 5th. They're leading with 93 points. Then CMS Racing, which is Carly and Matt, on 87. Alex, P and Chris on 85, Mike and Eduardo on 42 because Eduardo wasn't here. Sam and another new entrant, Dom, he's going to be joining hopefully for the next race on Wednesday. They're on 29. 5th, Wayne and Andy. Andy again is missing for another couple of races through holiday on 26. And then Dan Dare Racing, which is at the moment just Dan, but Daz hopefully will be back on Wednesday. They're on 21. So there we have it. That was round 1 of season 7 of the DTCC. Next race coming up is Daytona. So another pair of Group 3, Group 4 races. Daytona in the dark, race 2 will be, which is always epic, Daytona Racecourse. So we look forward to that. That will be streamed hopefully in a week or so's time. So thank you for all watching. And have a good rest of your Sunday. And we will see you again very soon.